We are going live, episode 220, as we reunite as a bunch of Kens living in a world questioning where we belong. Join us in the episode or the Councilmen Show.
Welcome back to another episode of the Councilmen. This will be our 220th episode, and today, finally, after weeks of not having the four of us, today we got Albert, Kelvin, Teguh, and Ariq. Yay!
Wow.
Finally,
How
everyone is
finally back,
Is
yeah.
it how long?
here.
How many
Uh,
weeks has it been?
All it took is for Barbenheimer to bring us all together.
The cinematic event that reunites us.
Well, I mean, I'm sorry, Teguh,
Technically,
but
it didn't.
Still not released in Japan.
We'll
yet.
get to that.
Teguh
Yeah, how
will
many
get to it. Yeah.
how many weeks has it been? Because I think it started because I started moving, and then I went on vacation, and then everyone else went on vacation once I returned. So I don't. It's
I think I was sick and then I went on vacation. It was either 2 or 3 weeks for me.
I was gone for 3
carrying
weeks.
the
Who
whole
was
show.
gone for longer?
I want to say, and I want to say, end of May was when I took a bit of the hiatus. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's been a while. We're all back. Wow.
Yeah, finally, the four
I
of
don't
us are
know.
here.
I don't know how to do a show with 4 people anymore.
Yeah.
How do we do
I
that?
don't know how
Yeah, I
to
know,
do a
right?
show anymore. Period. This is the first time in 3
I,
weeks, guys.
I only know how to do solo shows now. I don't know how
Oh,
to
no.
work with people.
We had a
Not at all.
show.
That's just you on a regular day to go. We had a show. No offense.
Oh, man.
Every Saturday, that's how Teguh is before,
Yeah.
like 30 minutes before the show starts.
We had a show.
No.
Oh man.
But yeah, anyway, Albert, what are we getting into today?
Yes, this is Barbenheimer week. So our main topic of discussion will be discussing Barbenheimer, Barbie and Oppenheimer, the film that is out this weekend. And we'll also talk about a couple of trailers at the latter half of the show. And we also want to discuss in the opening of this week's show regarding the actors and the writer strike that is happening right now that's affecting all of the film industry in mainly in the Americas, but pretty much it's Hollywood, so it's pretty much affecting almost everyone. But yeah, that is the topic that we have here today.
Yeah, nice. But yeah, we are still going to do weekly watchies first, I guess, right? So yeah, let's just get into it. But before that, Albert, why don't you plug it up?
Yep. So you can follow us everywhere on all social medias at Councilman Show, Twitter, Instagram, Threads. Although still haven't used that much because Threads is pretty much Twitter, but the platform doesn't exist on the web, so I can only use it on my phone, which means I have to
Wait,
log
what?
out of my. There's no Threads website. You can try.
Oh,
Yeah,
really?
I
Yeah.
just learned that last week as well.
It's only in the app, and because I have Threads on my phone, that means I have to log out of my account, even though I don't really use my account, and log into the Councilman account anyway. And Letterbox Councilman Show, and you can also see us live every Saturday, 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time. Or if you listen to the audio, it should be up in the audio feed directly after our live stream. Everywhere you can find it in all podcast platform called The Councilman.
All right. Let's get started, I guess. Where's the music? Let me find the music.
Actually, before we go to weekly watches, I do want to change it up.
Okay.
I do want to talk about the writer strikes and the SAG
Oh, right.
strikes first, if that's okay.
Sure.
Pretty much the Hollywood and everything is on a standstill right now. If you guys don't know what's going on, there is a writer strikes happening. The WGA, Writer Guilds of America, and the SAG, the Screen Actors Guild. And it's basically it's a strike. It's going on. There is no production at all. Every single production in Hollywood has stalled pretty much. Maybe minor exceptions that I don't know about, but pretty much all stalled because actors in the SAG are in unison. They're not gonna do it. There's no promotion, which is why last week when Barbie and Oppenheimer had their red carpet, literally the cast members in the middle of the red carpet they left to stop promotion in because the strike was started at that moment. So the reason why this is happening, if you are wondering, is basically we already talked about the writer's strike a while ago. The stuff with the AI, the stuff regarding the residuals for the writers and everything like that. It's similar for the actors as well. A lot of actors are not getting the residuals they deserve to be getting in like from TV shows and movies and everything like that. There is a recent news that is very terrifying for extras, and I mean, you might think, okay, extras doesn't matter, but extras they still need it for their livelihood, right, and everything. And they're actors, but there is a clause that's recently going around saying that studios want to do a scan of actors of extras so that they could use them. They just need to scan them once and they could use their basically likeness for every movie going forward forever. So that's like a terrifying thought if that's gonna happen.
Yikes. Okay.
That's no good. That's no good at all.
Mhm.
That is that is really shady, man. I mean, like
Mhm.
they need their livelihood too, man. You can't just at least you know. I mean, it's not really a good idea either, but if they're going that route, which I hope they don't, it's like at least give them like residuals, I guess, or every time they use it.
Mhm.
Yeah, but still though, overall, just 3D scanning and just using it without your permission, kind of deal. That's just screwed up. Yeah.
Yeah, and like the head of the studios, like namely the head of like Warner Brothers, Disney, I believe Netflix as well. They met like a couple of days ago and they did not comply. They do not agree with what the actors and the writers are asking for. And one particular one that was the one particular head of the studio that they did not disclose who it is basically mentioned like, oh, we can keep doing this until they basically are homeless. We don't care, which is a
Oh
very vile
wow.
thing. Which is a very vile thing to say.
Someone actually said
So
that. Oh wow.
yeah, so yeah, it's a big yikes.
Very
We
big
part of
yikes.
I'm pretty sure as a council member we are in support of the writers and the actors, to because I mean they're people too for their livelihood. Um, so yeah, it's a it's a very interesting time. Everything is delayed, including Dune. Dune got delayed to next year. Challengers got delayed to next year, but a lot of other films will be delayed to next year. I think Aquaman's delayed to next year as well. So it's gonna we're not gonna be seeing anything unless the studios comply. Because yeah,
But the thing is, I don't think the studio is gonna comply anytime soon either.
I know
Especially with that mindset of like, oh, let them be homeless. Very vile. But yeah.
it's it's
Yes.
it's rough. It's rough. They're like making billions and billions of dollars sitting in their mansion, chilling, and like, oh, you know what? They're fine. They get money from being in films. Meanwhile, they're just like sitting down, sipping their wine or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah. I thought even then I thought like the writers themselves they don't even get paid that well either, right?
Hmm.
Yeah. So yeah, even if they did like a good job, they still don't get paid as much as like that, even though they're like one of the most vital part of having a good movie or series.
Hmm.
Yeah. They're just as important as like well pretty much the whole production, I guess still, but I think they're as important as the actors as well.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean, without the writers,
definitely.
with literally, if if we're gonna end up seeing movies written by AI, oh Jesus, it will be awful.
Uh,
Um,
I mean, we feel like we already got some examples right now. Like, look at Secret Invasions. It's
It's a
very
great convention.
it's very sad. That's what
yeah,
happened when you don't have writers.
yeah. But yeah, who knows when this is gonna last? Again, we are in support of the writers and the actors. Um, the facts that I know right now, based on an article from New York Times, is that uh, Currently, the writer guild, because there's writer strike has been happening. They've been on strike for the past 70 days,
Oh,
and they're still
okay.
bargaining, and there's no progress. The last time the writers and the actors were on strike on the same time was in the 1960s, and that was when Ronald Reagan, the president, also former actor, he was the president of the Screen Actors Guild. Um,
He was a
and
former
yeah,
actor.
yeah, he
Yeah,
was
he
he was an
was.
actor. He was an actor before he was.
I didn't
Didn't
know
you
that.
watch?
Wow.
Didn't you watch Back to the Future?
Yeah, I
Kelvin?
learned it. I learned it from Back to the Future.
That's
Yeah,
where I
yeah,
learned
yeah,
it
I should
too.
do it, I should do it. I learned it.
I've never seen Back to the Future.
Who's the president? Ronald Reagan, the actor.
The actor. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
I didn't know that. That's cool.
But yeah, the last time the writers had a strike, it was in 2007, and it lasted 100 days. The last time actors had a major strike was in the 1980s, and it lasted more than 3 months, which is insane. So hopefully this one doesn't take as long, and the studio comply. But yeah, we'll see.
I mean, it's
how
already
gonna go.
almost 70 days. That's already almost 3 months.
For the writer strikes. Yeah,
For the writer strikes, yeah.
yeah. Oof. Rough time.
Yeah, rough time. Yeah. Alright, so how do we transition to weekly watchies?
I
That was
well, we
depressing.
transition
Let's watch some
we transition by doing this, like without writers, and we're just gonna rely to AI. We won't get quality products. So I'm not part of the Writers Guild of America, but I did wrote the lyrics for this weekly watchies. So we gotta respect that.
Oh my god.
Um, so here we go. Are you ready?
What a sellout.
For the weekly council segment, weekly watchies. We've been watching TVs, movies, rating 1 to 5, maybe crying, could be boring, but laughing in theaters or at home, because it's time to share everything that we watched this week. It is time for our show's weekly watchies.
Alright, weekly watchies, the part of the show where we talk about movies we watched this week, when we share our thoughts, and you guys in the chat also chime in with your movies and your thoughts on them. So yeah, that's weekly watchies. Yeah. 3 out of 4 of us did already watch Barbie and Oppenheimer, but I think that deserves its own segment after this. So let's talk about other movies first. Yeah. So yeah, other than Barbenheimer, did you guys watch anything else this week? Albert.
Yep. Do you guys want to hear me talk about? You know what? Let's talk about a shit movie. As an example, as a transition from the SAG and WGA, and I don't actually know if this is an actual writers that wrote this movie, but it feels like AI wrote this movie, because this movie is god awful trash. It's called Ghosted. Kelvin, we should have waited last week's episode until I watch this movie. That way I can have this movie in the bottom, because this movie is awful. I don't know if we talked about this movie in our in trailer discussion a while ago. Maybe we did, but this is an Apple TV original directed by Dexter Fletcher, who directed Rocketman and Annie the Eagle, which is a good film, which I like both of them. But then he directed this, and it stars Ana de Armas as a spy, as a CIA agent, and then Chris Evans as this everyday type of man, and every man, basically a casual. And they met each other, they fall in love, they fall in love, they like each other, and then one day, Ana de Armas' character just ghosted Chris Evans, and so Chris Evans is like, "Oh, okay, you know what? Maybe she's just busy. I'll just follow her where she's going." Turns out she's a CIA spy, and the movie is sort of like it's giving me vibes of Mr. and Mrs. Smith, but a very shitty vibe, because the movie is trash. It's really bad. It's supposed to be a rom-com action, but it's neither great in action, nor is it really that funny, or is it even that romantic. It's just super bland. It's shot weirdly. I don't know why the shot is weird, and it's edited pretty weirdly as well. And yeah, the best thing about this movie was the use of its soundtrack and the random cameos that it have. This movie, if you care about the cameo in this movie, mute this for like the next 15 seconds. This movie have cameos from Sebastian Stan, Anthony Mackie, from John Cho, from Ryan Reynolds. It, I think every single member of the Marvel Cinematic Universe has a cameo in this movie for no clear reason at all. They just appear and they go. So, and there's also a lot of Dua Lipa song in this movie. So I think whoever created this movie is a big fan of MCU and a big fan of future nostalgia, and decided let's make a movie around it. And they didn't have a clear idea, and yeah, it ended up being Ghosted. 1.5 star.
One and
All
a
right.
half.
I was actually kind of I was gonna watch this yesterday or something, but I changed my mind. Well, good
Did
thing
you
I
saw? Did you
didn't.
saw my letterbox, or did you just change your mind because random
No, I
reasons?
changed my mind because I saw something else that I'm gonna talk about next. But
Oh, okay.
but yeah, I guess good thing I didn't end up watching Ghosted. Yeah. I mean, it's Chris Evans and the Armas, so I thought it's at least gonna be somewhat a fun, generic action. That's what I thought.
Here's the thing. Chris Evans was fine in his performance. His character is really annoying. If he wasn't played by anyone other than Chris Evans, his character will be. I would not be able to stand his character, because he's very needy. And
Oh.
Ana de Armas, her character is also like, in the best sense to say it, her character lacks a heart, and her performance is not great. I was not a fan of Ana de Armas' performance in this one. So yeah.
All right, that's kind of sad to hear. Has
Uh-huh.
another Armas fallen so far now after what's his
Blonde.
name?
Blonde.
Blonde.
Uh, I don't know. Hopefully not. I'm still a fan of her work, but
I still
yeah, no,
haven't
this is
watched
rough.
that. I should get onto it.
That movie is so bad it carries over to her work, to her next work.
Yeah.
All right, yeah. Uh,
Supposedly, I think ScarJo was supposed to play the Ana de Armas role, but it never happened. And in my opinion, maybe it could have been slightly better with ScarJo, but still, the whole movie is a mess, so it probably won't.
yeah. Well, all right then. That's how much? 1.5 was it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, alright. I guess I'll go to me first. Yeah. So instead of watching Ghosted, I watched a DreamWorks movie, a new one that we talked about a few weeks ago. I
Oh.
mean, Ruby Gillman, Teenage Kraken, and I'll say this: it's not any better than 1.5 either.
Oh,
I
what?
give it a
Really?
two. I give it a two. Here's my letterbox review of it. Very yeah. This movie is as bland as water.
Yikes.
Creativity.
This movie, the Teenage Kraken thing, is as generic kids movie as it gets. Honestly, yeah. Uh, I mean, we the whole plot is basically like what we already seen from the trailer. Oh, she found her, like she's a Kraken. And it's just weird that everyone just accepted that Canadians are blue in this universe.
Oh man. Okay. Okay.
What's up with that? Canadians
Like
are
every
blue now?
like every
uh,
Canadian.
is it not? Question mark.
Yeah, but yeah, overall the movie's just I don't think any of the jokes land. Like even usually with a generic plot, sometimes I still find it fun to follow. This time, not even, not even fun to really follow the characters or the I don't know. Sometimes they have goofy side characters. Not even that. Um, and then the villain is just. I mean, well, we know it's the mermaid, and it's not really a surprise when they reveal that, oh, she's actually the villain. Okay, it's just, huh? We know from the start. Yeah, so pretty much that, I guess. If you've seen the trailer, you basically have seen the whole movie. There's really no new plot twists or anything out of the ordinary from that whole movie. And then again, the animation is not anything special either. So yeah, there's really nothing that makes this movie stands out. Definitely one of DreamWorks' weaker, maybe I don't know if it's the weakest, but it's definitely down there. I think for DreamWorks movie. So yeah,
Mm,
that's Ruby Gilman, Danish Kraken.
unfortunate,
Uh,
Yeah,
especially following Puss in Boots, The Last
yeah,
Wish.
especially that. Yeah.
Yeah.
he got
Uh,
cocky. They thought they made something. They made something good first, and then they're like, we
it's
got this in
this
the
is
bag. They didn't.
this is directed by Kirk D'Amico, and he was one of the directors of The Croods. The Croods was directed by him and the director of Lilo and Stitch. Uh,
Okay.
and so yeah, this is his first work as the lead director for DreamWorks. After that,
Oh, not. It's not good. It's not that good. Yeah. Uh. Yeah, pretty much that. I guess there's really nothing to add on this movie. It's as
valid.
generic as it gets. Yeah.
All right.
All right. How about Arik and Doug? You guys watch anything else this week?
I did. I did
Okay.
actually.
Arik, go on.
Eric, you go first.
I watched Narnia, The Lion, the Witch, and the Audacity of This Bitch. No, that's not the title, is it?
Wait, what?
No, it's the wardrobe. No, I got curious because you guys well, when I say you guys, I meant Kelvin discussed this all by himself a few weeks ago, and I
Yeah.
was like, I have not watched this film in a very long time. I actually forgot what the most of the plot was. And I just found out that it is on Disney Plus, so I could just easy watch it. So yeah,
Disney Hotstar.
yeah, hot star for me, but it's on there, yeah. So I watched it. Yeah. I guess I still remembered parts of the story. I remembered the kid betraying his entire family for candy. So yeah, that's the main
As you
plot
do.
point, as you do.
Turkish delight, man. What can I say?
Yeah, I should mention. I remembered like me and Kelvin discussed about like how we use the term Daniela from what's that Conjuring movie? It's not Conjuring. It's Annabelle. That Annabelle
Annabelle
creation
comes
movie.
Annabelle
home.
comes home.
Yeah, Annabelle
Yeah.
comes home. Where just one annoying character is the reason why the whole plot began. Well, technically, right? I think the guy, the boy Edmund. I think he's like the original. He's the primordial like character who does
Primordial
this.
Daniela.
He's the primordial
Primordial.
Daniela. He's the most like famous example of like this one idiot that's like so annoying, and he just because of him the whole conflict began. So yeah, so that's basically like the origins of Daniela. It stems from him. But anyways,
Ah.
yeah, yeah, I don't know, like, not like the film itself was like okay, but I can't help but just see this is going to offend a lot of people, but like I can't help but see it as a very kid friendly, slightly lower production, Lord of the Rings. It's kind of how I see it. It's not that it's terrible, but it's you know it felt like they tried to make something as like like Lord of the Rings, but it's almost there. They haven't reached it yet, so but no, there's still some good things about it. I like the fact that a lot of the residents of Narnia are like mythical creatures, centaurs, satyrs, I don't know what others, the griffins, they have like really cool looking species, like these fantasy species. I forgot how old this film was, but I can tell that like this
2005.
yeah, now the CGI has been it's a little dated, but honestly for that time era it's pretty darn good. It's pretty good. And yeah, Aslan makes a convincing looking lion. I think they had
Aslan
it.
is Liam Neeson, right?
That is Liam
Is
Neeson.
he? Okay, yeah, that makes
That's
sense
a
with his voice.
great pick with the voice.
Yeah, no, the voice was the voice was really good. Um, what else? Thing I hate most about the film. I don't know why all the characters are so bratty and annoying. But then again, they're all kids.
They are.
They're
Yeah, they're
children.
kids.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I know Edmund is the most annoying, but actually every one of them is almost as annoying as he is. But at least they didn't out their family for candy, so you know what?
Anything for
hey.
candy, man.
Have you
like-
ever out your family for a candy?
Huh?
A single piece of candy, not a bag of candy.
Not a bag. No, he got a plate. He got
a box.
no,
right?
he got a small box of candy. Yeah, you're right. He got a
Yeah.
small box.
Oh, okay. How about James McAvoy is in this movie, right? James
He
McAvoy.
He's
is.
Mr. He's
He
Mr.
is.
Tumnus.
Is that
He's
one of
basically
the
a very he's
Really?
one of the satyrs. Yeah. No,
Yeah,
he's
Oh,
an
it's Mr.
satyrs. Yeah,
extremely
that's
Tumnus.
what they're
minor.
called.
Oh,
Yeah, he's an
Yeah.
extremely minor character in there. Well, extremely minor as in like he didn't appear much in the film.
Oh, really? I thought
Oh,
this whole time. Again, I haven't watched any of the Narnia movie. This whole time,
yep.
I thought James McAvoy character is like their guide in the Narnia world.
Oh, no.
That's what I thought.
Honestly, I think this is so early into his career that he's not like considered a big name or
Oh,
he
right.
anything.
It's
wasn't he
2005.
wasn't big name yet. I don't even think
Yeah.
Wanted. I think Wanted was the year after.
Let me see.
Um,
Oh
Yeah.
my God, Wanted was after this. Wow, Mr.
I
Tumnus
think
changed.
I
He went
think
from a
Wanted.
satyr
I
to
think
an
Wanted was
assassin.
2008.
2006.
Yeah.
2008.
2008.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Sniffing bullets in Narnia.
Yeah, I know. But yeah, this was really early. Yeah, he was. I mean, he was the first character that they met, right? Technically,
He is.
in
He is.
Narnia.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah. So this was
I-
before he was famous. I remembered like I didn't know it was James McAvoy first time I saw it a long time ago.
So before he lost his legs as Professor X, he lost his human legs in the
Oh my God. So he's playing as like
horrible
non-human
joke.
like. he plays non-human like characters. Is what you're trying to say.
Uh-huh.
Mm.
It's a bad joke. It's a bad joke.
But yeah, overall, I think I'd just give this film like a 3.5. Yeah, 7 out of 10.
Alright.
Yeah, 3.5. It's a pretty decent film, but I don't know. I don't like find it too like wow amazing. It's more like yeah, you know what, it's fun.
Alright. I
Uh,
the only bits of Narnia stuff that I remember is like at one point we have to read it. I think for one of our English literature class. I
I
think
think
right.
we
I'm
did.
in the same class.
We
yeah.
did, right?
Yeah, I think we
Yeah.
did, but I don't remember.
I didn't read it at
Anything
all.
You just
happened.
watched the you just watched the movie.
I think that's exactly what happened.
That's
Yeah.
what I did as well.
I just Google. I didn't watch the movie, so I just Google a bunch of them.
You did-
Or
you
you
went-
just
you went
Googled, like,
to-
what
was
is
it
the plot line?
Schmoops?
Yeah.
Schmoops, something, right? Yeah.
Oh, but I did watch like a satire of it, a spoof of it,
Oh,
in the form of
no.
epic movie.
Oh no,
Oh wow.
that will mislead you in an even darker path for your book report.
I think I just watched the wrong Narnia here. Yeah.
I gotta say, Andrew Adamson, who directed the Narnia movies, the two Narnia movies, I believe was both Andrew Adamson. He had a heck of a career in the early 2000s because he did Narnia and then he did the two Shrek films, the first two. So yeah.
Oh, those are good.
Mhm.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, are we gonna watch the other two, Ariq? The other two Narnia?
I kind of have to, I guess. To be honest, like
At this point, right?
I only remembered partially what happened in the first one. Second and third, I don't even know what the whole plot line is. Who is Prince Caspian? Is that the third one or the second movie? I don't even know.
That's the second. Third one is
That's the second
Voyage
movie?
of the Dawn Treader.
Oh, okay. Yeah, see, I have no idea what happens in those films, so I'm just.
I didn't know
Which
that's
one was the one where
title
there's
of the
only the
third
two
movie.
siblings left? Was that the third one or the fourth
Yeah,
one?
that's the third one. I think the third
No,
one.
that's-
there
that's-
is no fourth one, right? Is
The
there a fourth
third one is the one that's just the two siblings left. There's no
Okay.
fourth one, no.
Okay.
And the third one is where Will Poulter, eyebrow guy, joins the team. Not the team, I guess. He's the cousin of the Pevensey children.
Oh, apparently they were about to make the fourth movie, but they decided not to because that third movie didn't get as much revenue as they want. Apparently, that's a thing.
It's
Yeah.
also, I think it's also partly because the change in the studios, because it was the first two
There's
movies
that
was
too,
made
yeah.
by Disney, and then the second and then the third movie, I think it went to Fox for some reason, and then it just bombed in the box office. Not bombed, but yeah, didn't do well. So
Isn't
Yeah.
Fox owned by Disney?
now it wasn't
that
before.
time.
Back.
Not,
Not
was
the
not
time,
owned
no.
by
This is
Disney at that time?
2010,
Oh, okay.
or this is around 2010, Teguh. Yeah.
Yeah.
The fourth movie was going to be called the Silver Chair, whatever that means.
Where did silver go? What's so hard to so hard to get?
Like, is it silver to begin with? Like, is that the material, or is it just colored silver?
It's
Oh.
it's using like spray paint.
Oh, spray paint.
It's not
Like
real. It's
one
not
of
real
those
silver.
street performer that just spray painted their whole body.
Oh yeah.
Uh,
Yeah. All right. How much you give this again, Rick?
Uh,
4?
wait, hang on. I don't know if I should give it 3.5 or 4, because actually it is a pretty good film. I just like didn't find it that interesting. I'll
That's
give it a
good
4 out of
nostalgia.
5. I'll go with the 4 out of. It's not even.
I-
It's not even nostalgia. I never cared for it.
oh, I kind of want to watch it again.
I just found out that the writers of this is Christopher Marcus and Stephen McFeely. If that name sounds familiar, it's because they wrote Avengers, Avengers Endgame, Avengers Infinity War. So
Ah.
they
Oh, that's why the battle was kind of epic near the end. Okay. Ah, I
They have a track
see.
record in epic battles.
yeah.
Hmm.
What do they say then? Narnia assemble?
Assemble.
Narnia.
Narnia. Wait, no, they did
They
say
have a
something
battle
similar.
cry.
They
They
did have
do.
a battle cry. I just don't remember what it was. It wasn't just like no
Is
for
it just like-
Aslan. It's just no, it's for Aslan. For Narnia,
For
Aslan.
Aslan? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought that would be something better.
What? It's better than Avengers Assemble.
The lion wardrobe. I don't know,
And
man.
the
Oh,
bitch.
They're fighting the witch, right?
They're fighting the witch.
The line, the
They're
witch,
fighting
and
the
the
witch.
audacity of this bitch.
The audacity of this.
Oh my
Um,
goodness.
All right. So yeah, that's Narnia, the lion, the witch, and the wardrobe. 4 out of 5. Teguh, you said you have something else you're watching?
Yes, I just finished watching it 3 minutes ago.
Nice.
very nice.
We stalled enough for
Very
the go.
nice.
We
Yeah.
stalled enough. Brilliant.
enough for Teguh.
Oh my
What did you
god.
watch?
Got it already.
I think
Bad?
Kelvin mentioned this like this line about how this line is just so bad like several episodes ago.
Well, what movie is this? The hell did I watch?
Maximals.
it?
Oh,
Maximize.
Maximal. Maximize.
I have no idea what this is.
Rise of the Beast.
Albert, you talked about it before as one of
Yeah.
your
Oh,
films.
yeah. Okay.
What is Cheetor and what was the other? The Rhino good like
Rhinox.
Rhinox maximize. And then
Wait, did they actually say maximize?
they
He
did say
I
maximize.
actually just
Oh,
remembered,
okay.
Yeah, they do.
I
They
didn't
did
even
say
remember
it.
that. Oof.
They said
But
maximize, and the best. And you know what I find funnier is that they didn't get bigger; they got smaller. I mean, yeah, they got more
The animal
agile,
form
but
was
they kind of got
bigger.
smaller.
Well, if they scream minimize, it's not as intimidating, is it?
Minimize.
Minimum, minimize.
Oh shit, we're in trouble now. They're minimizing.
Why did Ant-Man just say that? I don't get it.
Yeah, Ant-Man should say it.
Minimize.
Nice.
Yeah, so how I'm curious to go because Albert think that the action. I mean, both think Ariq and Albert thinks that the plot is pretty meh or something, right?
It's mid,
bad.
yeah.
It's bad.
To Ariq, the action is fun. To Albert, the action is boring. What side are you on, Teguh? Yeah,
Plot is meh.
yeah. I think we all
lower
can
than
agree
meh.
on that.
It's a bit lower than meh for me.
Okay.
Action.
The action wise, this is what I'm curious about. Because we know that this movie is for it's like Fast X, it's for dumb fun action movie. So
Yeah,
Okay.
I don't know.
Well, take away the fun part. It's just dumb action movie.
Dumb action. Albert's
yeah,
really
and,
against
like,
this.
yeah,
It's
Oh
so
my God,
bland.
It's just dumb.
He-
So dumb.
he did
This-
not
this film-
maximize.
This film is so
dumb.
vanilla, man.
there were some fun parts, but overall, not really.
Hmm. All right then. So I guess
I
you're
think there
more
were
on
a few
Albert's side.
scenes that I really enjoyed, like for example, and this was shown in the trailer. Now I think two of the scenes I enjoyed,
Are in
of
the
like the
trailer.
three maybe I enjoyed are in the trailer, which is the first one is. Well, I'm allowed to go full spoiler on this, right?
Yeah,
Might
it's
as
been a
well
while.
just go
It's
ahead. I
already
don't
on
think anyone
HD,
cares
right?
too
Yeah.
much
Yeah, it's
either.
okay. Spoiler warning for everyone.
Yeah.
Which is the one where I forgot what his name was already, but like the one of the evil like the tow truck when he like grab the other car
Matter?
and spin around, huh?
Meter?
Yeah,
Toad
Mater,
Rock
when he
Mater,
grabbed
yeah.
when he grabbed like the car and spin around just to throw some missiles, that was cool. I like that.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And the
Rook
other one
Mater's
was
Mater.
when
grown up.
Bumblebee was airdropping. Yeah, that was fun.
Okay, okay.
Yeah. Bumblebee, airdropping. That was fun. Um,
What else
I
is there?
was not a big fan of Noah. Yeah, Noah
That's a
getting
human.
the
The
human
guy.
getting the
Mhm.
The
suit.
dude, the
Okay.
dude.
The dude.
I was not a big fan of that happening, but then more than that, what bothered me more than that is that you can tell that wasn't CGI and it looked
Yeah,
like
he's
cheap plastic.
He's
what
talking about the
the
part where he got like an exosuit armor
Yeah, he
thing.
got the
oh
exosuit
he
armor,
oh
right?
he
And
got an
like
exosuit
Yeah.
yeah,
because
it's like at first it's like animated and all the robots look cool and animated, but then when he's standing right next to it, you can tell the suit is made of fucking plastic and it's just like ugh.
What do you
alright,
mean, man?
alright.
It's made of Porsche material.
Our portion made of plastic? Let's find
Oh
out.
man.
Google it. Google it.
I'm assuming it's aluminum, but
Fair,
God,
fair.
Alright.
yeah, but the plot I didn't like it. Okay, I didn't hate it, but it was pretty meh.
How much you give this overall?
2.5, maybe 3. Nah, 2.5.
Two and a
See,
half?
that's lower than me. I was kind enough to give it a 3.
Wait, I thought you
Alright.
gave it 2.5.
I give it a 3.
Alright, Teguh give it a 3. 3
Ariq,
yeah.
it's made of aluminum.
He said 2.5, Kelvin.
That's
Oh yeah,
close
time
to
two and a
plastic.
half.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, and
Well,
also I was gonna complain like sometimes you just don't know. Like they couldn't decide the power scale of the villains, you know?
Oh yeah.
Like in the beginning of the movie they're like completely invincible, but at the end like they get hit by like Bumblebee's cannons, they're completely unfazed. But then in the end of the movie it's like little Noah with his exosuit shoots a bullet and he's like, ah! And then like in the beginning of the movie, like Prime like swung his sword at the guy and he just blocked it with his forearm. And then at the end, Prime did the same thing and his arm is chopped off. Like
they got tired, Teguh.
The
Oh, yeah.
it wore down in durability throughout the events of the
I
movie.
see.
Yeah.
So it
They
wasn't
got
a clean fight, it was just like hacking at it.
they got tired.
They got tired, man. Acting is tiring for the robots, you know. Yeah. All right. So that's 2.5 for Rise of the Beast for Teguh. Did not max this time. Transformers did
Did
not
not
maximize, I
it
guess.
did
No, it
not
did not.
maximize.
Yeah. Wait again. As So if I want to watch this, should I be watching like the rest of the Transformers first, or should I just
No.
watch Bumblebee first
You don't
and then
even
watch
need to
this?
watch Bumblebee. There's nothing connected to it.
Okay
There
then.
is
Well,
one
unless
reference. There is one line
well,
that's a
to be
reference to
fair, Bert,
Bumblebee.
if you're trying to wonder like how the fuck did the Autobots get into Earth in the first place?
Oh, okay.
Then I
That
need to
part,
watch
Yeah.
that
Bumblebee.
part fair.
Okay.
Yeah.
But aside from that, yeah, there's like just like one line that references the events in Bumblebee, and that's it.
Yeah, only one
All right.
line. That's it.
So if I want to get the full experience, watch Bumblebee first and then watch this, right?
Bumblebee later because it's the better film.
Watch it in
Yeah,
reverse.
but I need to.
Make
But later I won't
Bumblebee a
get the
prequel. Make
reference,
Bumblebee a
Ariq.
And so,
Oh,
like,
you don't need
Calvin,
that reference.
you gotta watch it, Pulp Fiction style. You know, like out of order. Like you what
Mm.
is so, and you end in a good note anyway, even though you're confused at first, but then you realize, oh, so that's how it
Oh,
happens.
that's what it is. Okay.
Mhm,
All right.
mhm.
Sure.
Yeah.
Noted. All right. Do you guys have anything else, or maybe just go to a quick speed round? I guess
We go to a quick
for
speed run because it's already outdated. The next movie I want to talk about.
Go,
Alright.
why don't you?
Well,
You can
actually, it's
start.
not outdated. It's just like it's been some time.
okay. Abek, you can just quickly say what it is.
Oh, Mission Impossible. I watched that when I was in Bali. Mission
Oh, okay.
Impossible
Yeah.
7. Yeah, well, pretty good film. I quite like it. It ended on a cliffhanger better than Spider Verse
Spider
did.
Verse.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's not. Yeah, like the way they ended is not like as cliffhangery. It's not like cliffhanger. It's more like a ledge hanger, I guess you could say.
So the part
Ledge
one, so the part one
Legend.
kind of have a nice and good ending to
Yeah,
it. Yeah,
yeah,
it,
like
it
it makes
feels more
sense. It's like
complete, I guess. Yeah.
yeah, it feels more like a break, a break from the
Mm.
ads. What?
It's a
Hmm.
very long commercial break here,
Very
from
much
part one
is.
to part two.
It very much is, but at least it doesn't make you go like, "Oh, I want to know what happens next." Come on, like
Hmm.
Spider Verse
Like
is.
Spider Verse. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
How
there
much
you
you
go.
give this, Rick?
Give this a 4.5. No, no, I
Four
give it a
point
4 actually.
five.
4.5 is too
Four.
high. Yeah,
Okay.
4.
4. All right. Albert, do you have anything else or to go?
Yeah, I have. I watched Missing, which is the film that is in the same realm as Searching from the same director, that came out this year. But basically, the whole film is like take place in the computer screen, right?
Mm-hmm.
That basically the whole film takes place either on a computer monitor, an iPad, on a phone, or something. And someone
Yeah.
told me that it's really shit, so I didn't watch it in theaters. But I
Oh.
really liked it, and
I,
maybe
I,
I
I
don't know,
s-
maybe
I saw you put it on your as your number 8 or something.
I put
Is
it
it
really.
in your on
Let
your
me see.
list?
Let me see my rankings real quick after this. But I really liked it. I thought it's really thrilling, and the mystery keeps going, and it's really nice. But yeah, I don't know why. I forgot who. Someone told me it's really shit, so I skip it completely in theaters, and I end up watching it on my iPad, which maybe it's a better benefit because it's supposed to be like in the screen. I don't know. I don't know, man. But I liked it. I liked it a lot. Also, I started watching Ted Lasso, the TV show. It's really freaking good. I enjoyed it. I really
Yeah.
enjoyed the TV show a lot.
All right. All right. How much you give Missing Bird?
I gave it 4 out of 5. It's my
Oh, all right.
it's my 11th of the year.
Oh, 11. Sorry, I saw it wrong then. Yeah.
I updated it.
Where?
I made some
Okay.
changes after you see it.
Where did I put Missing in my list? It's the 16th, 15th. Never mind. Yeah, 15th.
Oh,
All
okay.
right.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Speed round for me, I guess. I watched this. I don't know. It's a random movie. All right. I just saw it. Just like, well, why not? I watched Little Bone Lodge. Yeah.
Oh, what?
I like the name.
I've never heard of this.
I'm sure no one has heard of this. Little Bone Lodge. I like that name of the movie, and I like the poster. That's all it takes for me to watch it. As usual, you know. And it's pretty decent. I give it a 3 out of 5. Yeah, I give it a 3 out of 5. Basically, some brothers do some crime, and then shit happens. They have to find refuge. Found this woman and her daughter living in a farm, and turns out she got a dark history. Ooh.
Ooh.
And then they, discover the mystery and tries to run away and such like that. Yeah. Pretty fun, pretty good. Yeah, 3 out of 5 for that one. How about Teguh? You got
Nope.
you got anything else? No? How
Nope.
about that Chinese show that you watch? No updates on that? How
Well,
far are you
the
into
only
it now?
how many episodes was there? Like 76?
75, 76, I think, something like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm on like 4 maybe.
All right, this is
3,
gonna be a long, long
4,
journey.
5.
I've seen
Somewhere
more
in that
episodes.
range.
I've
It's
seen more
still
episodes of Ted
it's
Lasso than he is.
and like it's been weeks. I just haven't had the time to continue it.
All right,
And
sure.
I do want to it's spicing up. There's like all the murders are beginning to happen, all the conspiracies are beginning to happen.
Yeah.
Do you
All right.
do you watch with subtitles on, or do you understand without subtitles?
Of course, I watch with subtitles
I
on,
I
Albert.
don't know, Teguh. I thought maybe you are very proficient in Chinese, in Mandarin.
No,
No,
the only
man.
the only Chinese I can speak is 你说什么?
No, you can say I want that concubine or something like that.
I want that
Oh, I've
concubine.
forgotten it already.
I want
That's
that.
the one line he learned from like the first
And I've
episode.
forgotten it already. I haven't used it in weeks.
All right then. So yeah, update us when you reach episode 10, I guess.
Yeah. I found something interesting though. That
What is
I
it?
might watch tomorrow.
Okay.
This was another Chinese, not show though. It's a movie. No,
Okay.
it's a trilogy.
Oh, all right.
recommended to me, and it seems interesting. It's Chinatown Detective.
I've heard of this actually.
I
Oh,
have
you've
not.
heard of it?
Yeah. I haven't
I
watched it
watched the
though.
trailer. Low key feels like a ripoff of Rush Hour, but I like Rush Hour, so
Oh, a rip off of Rush Hour, but it's two Chinese men.
You Chinese man.
yes, yes, yes. But
Uh,
one is like uh, you know what? No, I shouldn't go there. It's too racist.
Whoa,
what?
whoa! Teguh, chill,
I'm
boy.
gonna
What
stop
is
right
Chill.
there. I'm gonna
going
stop there,
on?
right?
How could you not
What
find
is
the non?
going
How could you
on?
not find the normal version? How do you know the racist version
What is
first?
going
Whoa,
on?
Teguh.
All right, let's move on.
Let's move on. Let's move on. Let's move on. All right. Now, I guess let's move on to the topics that we all want to hear about. Barbenheimer. Yeah, that's a thing. I'm sorry, Teguh, that
That
Barbie and Oppenheimer. I don't think Oppenheimer is coming out in Japan, but
I
What
don't
do you
think
mean? It
Oppenheimer is
already
coming
came
out
out.
yet.
yeah, I
You
mean,
know, here
God
to
damn it,
to
Ariq.
quote the movie itself from Oppenheimer. The Japanese people don't care who made the atomic bomb. They care of
Who dropped it?
who dropped
Prob-
it.
yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't think
So, that,
Oppenheimer is gonna come out in Japan.
so
And
Oppenheimer is not dropping in Japan.
yeah, I think Barbie. You said what was it? When was it? Called Barbie? It's coming out
August
August
11th, he said.
11.
11th. Yeah, it's this is gonna be a while for Teguh to
This is
experience Barbie.
terrible. Like it comes out in August 11, but in August 11 I'm going home. I'm going back to Indonesia. But then it's going to be like what, 3 weeks?
Yeah, it's not gonna be in Indonesia anymore.
Like
That's
there's a good chance by the
That
time I
movie.
get to Indonesia it's not going to be in theaters in Indonesia anymore. So I have to
it's
So basically I have to wait even longer.
For the digital to come out, right? Yeah.
yeah,
Or
it's
like if I need to watch
it's
it in theaters, right? I need to wait like at least another week to come back to Japan and watch it in Japan.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. So
So yeah, despite me wearing pink today, I will not be joining the Barbenheimer discussion.
at least the spirit is there, Teguh.
The spirit is there.
yeah,
The
Oppen,
Yeah.
plastic spirit.
Oppenheimer is not. I'm looking at the IMDb release date. It doesn't have Japan, although in the very bottom of the IMDb page, the top question is, when is the streaming release date for Oppenheimer in Japan? So I guess everyone wants to know, but they don't have an answer to it.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
we'll see. Uh. So yeah, that's it's time for Barbenheimer, I guess. So
Well,
P-
first of all, uh, let's discuss how we watched this. I watched Barbie first on Thursday night, and then I watched Oppenheimer on Friday.
mhm.
What about you guys?
Me and
Uh,
Rick watch it together. Yeah, with Joe as well. We watch Oppenheimer at 1:30 p.m. and
Um,
then we watch Barbie at 6:05
yeah.
p.m. Yeah.
So
On the
did
same
you
I,
day.
no, I should mention we also watch Oppenheimer in on IMAX.
Oh yeah, we're watching on
nice?
IMAX. Yeah.
Do you know how many millimeters IMAX is?
I have
No,
no idea.
no.
I don't think it's
It's it's
the
the
one
real
the
the
specialized one.
70 millimeter one, the one that everyone's
Yeah, I
talking
don't think
about.
it's that one. I'm pretty sure it's the normal IMAX
Yeah,
because it's the screen is pretty damn big.
yeah.
Yeah. Uh so yeah, that's how we watch. I think in the chat a lot of them haven't seen it yet, I believe. Yeah, I think at the beginning of the show in the chat people were talking about how they're going to watch it or
Watch it
when.
today. Hmm.
Yeah, or watching it today. Yeah. All right.
But yeah,
I'm
I mean,
going to
I don't
go
know.
make
Oh,
mac and cheese. So line me
I'm
and
gonna
you
go.
need me
All
back.
right, sure.
Mac and
well,
cheese.
go ahead. Um,
Yeah, everyone was dressing up to see this, man. Like,
the even in Indonesia too.
yeah, even
Oh
in
yeah,
Indonesia,
yeah,
a
yeah.
lot of people, a lot of girls especially, they're
A
all
lot of
wearing pink
girls
for
wore
Barbie.
pink. A lot of guys wore black
We're
for
black.
Oppenheimer.
Yeah.
But there was one guy who wore a shirt like yours, Albert. Like but he's wearing a top hat. Not a top
Yeah,
hat,
yeah, yeah.
fedora.
like the fedora type.
A fedora and like black pants. So he was
Yeah,
ready
wearing
for
like
both.
yeah, a pink shirt with a fedora and yeah, black pants.
Yeah, so he was ready. He was ready.
Yeah.
Mans was ready.
So yeah,
Uh,
I'm guessing. Yeah, I mean you've seen the pictures I posted on Instagram. Yeah, we know we all dressed up for it.
uh-huh.
It's an event.
So
Yeah.
it was an event.
Since I went on separate days, I was able to I used a full black get up on when I was Oppenheimer and pink
Ah,
and brown of
Yes,
when I
yeah, I
was
yeah.
Barbie.
noticed.
Um,
Uh,
but
Arik wore was a pink shirt and then the
And
bottom
it's
is
on the thumbnails
formal.
technically if you just bring it up.
Yeah,
yeah,
it's formal, right? This is formal
Yeah.
pants and shoes. Yeah, that yeah. My fit, all right. Like it doesn't have as much pink. It has shades of pink. But what I like about it is that in this Hawaiian shirt, there is little skeletons dancing. So it's like that's a
like
victim of
Oppenheimer.
the nuke Oppenheimer.
Oh my goodness.
That's the
Kel- Kel-
idea, at least.
Kelvin told me Kelvin told me they were the unfortunate
Oh
victims
yikes!
of his creation.
Yeah,
Unfortunate.
but it's so. I know Barbenheimer was gonna be big. Like I know it's gonna
Yeah.
be big because it's marketed everywhere. But I thought the one that's also really gonna care are just like sort of us that's in the space. But it's like
Everyone.
everyone. I saw so many people not only dressed up, they have custom shirts that's like
I
Barbenheimer.
yeah, I saw. Yeah,
There is
some
so
pictures.
many custom Barbenheimer shirts that I saw around, and people dressing up. It's literally an event.
Hmm.
It's like people will remember these days. Like, where were you when Barbenheimer happened? You know,
Where
like
were you at Barbenheimer?
it is. I don't think I've ever been in like this situation ever since, as far as I remember, of like two movies being like in this kind of thing, like battling, and like people are hyped equally to go to both films and just like dressed up even to go to it. Like
Yeah.
I don't know about you guys, but I cannot remember anything else similar like this.
And also, both movies are great.
Very
That too.
different and
Very
very
different and
great.
very great. Yeah.
Uh, yeah. Um,
So,
But yeah, I mean,
uh,
I'm curious. Again, obviously, I watched Barbie first, and Oppenheimer the next day. You guys, Oppenheimer, then Barbie.
mhm.
It's very interesting for me at least because uh, you watch a movie, where it questions your life choices, where you belong in this world, and how it affects your legacy, how the legacy of the world affects you, and then you go to Oppenheimer.
Hmm.
Um, so that is true, by the way. I did not expect Barbie to end the way that it did. Uh,
Dude,
so yeah,
we're going to get into the reviews, the
let's
spoiler
talk about
reviews,
it.
but yeah. Uh, but I think honestly the best order is the Oppenheimer and then Barbie. You
I
get all sad
disagree.
and depressed, and then
I
you watch
dis
Barbie.
I
That's how I
disagree.
feel.
I disagree because
Oh, but I disagree with you
initially,
too, Bert. Oh, go on. Go on.
initially, I think that way because I thought Barbie was gonna be fully happy, jovial, and yes, it's a silly, funny movie,
Yeah,
but it has a very emotional ending. I saw more people crying out of Barbie compared to Oppenheimer.
people cried in Barbie in your theaters.
Yes,
What?
a lot of girls were crying at the end of Barbie
All right.
compared to Oppenheimer. And also the reason why I say Barbie before Oppenheimer is because, and this will get to the review of the movie. I think Oppenheimer is a superior movie, so you want to end it on a high note.
Yeah, yeah, I mean,
That's
I
my
do think
argument.
Oppenheimer. I do think Oppenheimer is the better movie. I think that as well. But it's like I don't think there. It's like a 5 and a 4.5 situation. So either way,
Hmm, hmm.
it
It's really
doesn't matter
close. It's really
which
different.
which
Yeah.
one. Yeah, yeah. All right. I'm surprised people cried in Barbie. I didn't know that because not that did not happen at all in when we watch it with
This
Ariq.
is this is from what
Yeah, no, we did.
I didn't
Yeah.
cry. I didn't
Yeah,
cry. This
yeah.
is from what I heard from some of my friends that watched it, some of my female friends that watched it,
Mm,
saying that when they flashbacks to the real human people, the real scenes of the people, it sort of reminds them of a time where they were either playing with Barbie or just being with their moms or everything like that,
Uh,
just playing, and it relives all that floodgates and emotion. And that's what got them. That's what I heard. So yeah.
alright, 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 alright. Interesting. Alright,
Uh,
let's get started with the review, I guess. Are we
let's
doing
talk about the movie.
we're doing spoiler directly,
Um,
right? Or non-spoiler and then spoiler.
let's
Oh,
do let's do non-spoiler as much as we can because it just came
okay,
out.
sure, sure.
Mhm.
Yeah. Alright, so we'll do non-spoiler review for Barbie. Alright. So I guess I'll start off just a little bit here. I will say Barbie. Uh, Great songs, great performance. I love the set design, and one thing I did not expect was the plot. Yeah, like I thought the plot is going one way with the Will Ferrell character, but turns out that's not the case. So that kind of caught me off guard a little bit, and I think it's great though the plot, and then just the whole message of Barbie. It's great. Like yeah, I'm pretty sure it resonates with a lot of the. I don't know. I'm assuming it resonates with a lot of girls. Yeah, but even as a guy watching it, it's like, God damn, that's deep.
Yeah.
That's good stuff. Yeah. Pretty much that, I guess. Yeah, I just love the song. I've been listening to it for a bit.
Which song?
I forgot. Like
The
like the
Dua
when
Lipa one,
the Dua
Dance the
Lipa
Night.
one, of course. Yeah, I like Dua Lipa in general, and also I think this around the opening when they are um
The Lizzo song.
yeah, I think yeah Lizzo, yeah,
That
yeah.
song, it's really funny because they put some narrative twist into it.
They
I
did,
haven't I
yeah,
haven't listened to the song after the movie, but during the movie, it's really funny.
yeah. During the movie, I love the jokes in this in Barbie so much, man. Yeah. Alright. I'll just stop right there first. I'll let you guys say what you want. Albert.
I'll start by saying again, to echo Naruto the man in the live chat. I've never played Barbie, and I've never played with a Barbie in my life. I have seen Barbie movies. I have played Barbie video games with my sister, um, but like I never give a shit about Barbie. I never care for it. But I unironically was really, really hyped to watch this movie to the point where I want to watch it first before Oppenheimer, even though I want to watch it the other way around. Um, and yeah, I adore this film a lot. It's really silly. It's funny. It's my brand of comedy. The comedy really hits for me. I love a lot of the jokes. Although someone in my theater loved the jokes more than I do because he laughed almost every single different scene. Like there, I can hear it. I can hear his laugh from the other side of the theater. Um, but yeah, the comedy is really great. It's really silly. Margot Robbie and Ryan Gosling was incredible, and like what Calvin said, this plot took a unexpected twist that I did not see coming. Because all I know was from the trailer that they live in Barbie world and their real world exists, and something goes wrong, and so Margot Robbie's Barbie and Ryan Gosling's Ken have to go to the real world, right? That's all I
Yeah.
know. What happened after that, I did not expect, and that sort of excites me in the movie, and also it enhances the performance of Ryan Gosling and Margot Robbie because they are able to showcase more range than what I initially thought their characters are going to be, so that their
Mm,
performance are really good. And again, particularly Ryan Gosling, outside of just the physical harmony and comedy, I thought he's really good. I really genuinely think he's really good with his whole everything basically, and even his song "I'm Just Ken." I know we made fun of it during the soundtrack. He did a great job with that song. Um,
agree.
but yeah, the production design is really good. You can tell the Barbie world is super lived in. And I love the production design. The soundtrack is good. For performance is good. Yeah, I'll stop there for now to go to Arik.
Alright, alright. Alright. Thoughts.
I'm supposed to add on to this when you've already said everything. Oh, it's really pink.
That's really thing.
Actually, no, yeah, no. Overall, the film I found it as like quite a fun film, and but with also like yeah, as Kelvin mentioned, there's like the story has like a lot of like tones and messages underneath it, and it's quite nice to see that. And I like the fact that like I think it's only because we've watched Oppenheimer afterwards. It's like I just like the fact that the story is like kind of like simple, quite easy to follow, but at the same time, like yeah,
Mm.
they've had like the complexity of the message and all that underneath it, so that was nice. Yeah, I remember like when you said what is it, like people cried on the what is it, like that part where they show all the flashbacks of people. Yeah, I can understand why. I mean, it did,
Yeah.
it looked pretty emotional and all that. So yeah,
It sparks memories. Like even though I don't play Barbie, it sparks memories when I was
yeah,
like still
no,
playing with my toys and everything.
yeah. And also, yeah, I should mention, like, yeah, someone who's, yeah, again, I've never like interacted with Barbie at all. I think, like, not even,
Mm.
I've never like held the toy. I've never played the game. I've never seen like a clip of like of the old, like,
Anything.
of the films, like anything. I was never interested in Barbie at all. I'm always like, yeah, I'm a boy. I like boy games, not Barbie. It's stupid.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, no, but this film though, it's genuinely like really good. It's really fun. And yeah, there's a lot of comedy in it, I should mention. But
Yeah.
yeah, but as the chat mentioned, yeah, the one that involves Ryan Gosling is usually the ones that are like the best. It's just like every time he does something, I'm just like it's always funny every time he does something.
Mhm.
So yeah, yeah. So overall, yeah, pretty good, very fun film. It's a good film that's also fun. No, it's a fun film that's also good. Yeah, that's what I should mention.
The silliness really works with the whole thing.
Yeah, with the
Um,
whole, yeah, with like the whole, like the tone and all the which the set design and everything.
like
It
I
melts.
really love I really love the Mattel guys.
Mm.
The Will
The,
Ferrell and his team.
they're really goofy.
They're so goofy.
They're so
And
goofy.
initially my brain was like, oh, I kind of wish that they separate the goofiness to exist only in Barbie world and the real world is kind of more serious. But the more I think about it, the more I'm like, no, the goofiness actually works a lot better when you see in the real world as well. And it with the Will Ferrell, it's so great.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
Uh,
Will Ferrell's great. He doesn't show. I don't think he show up much, but the few times he did show up, he's fun. He's a fun character.
mhm. Shout out as well to Kate McKinnon as Weird Barbie. I thought she's good. Michael Cera
Yeah.
as Alan. I thought he was really
Oh, yeah,
good.
Alan's great.
Alan was great.
Dude.
Simu Liu was good as well.
Mitch.
Kenya. Mitch, you like Mitch the most
Nah. She got discontinued.
for a reason. Um, but the production design and everything. Without going to spoilers, I will just say, uh, I think it's a really smart political commentary that they did
Hmm.
in the beginning and near the end. Some people say that it was very heavy-handed that they tried to deliver the message. I kind of disagree. I think it fits in very naturally with the film, with what they are trying to do.
Yeah. I don't think it's too heavy-handed or anything. They
Hmm.
balance it out with nice, good humor and everything. I think so. It's fine
Hmm.
by my standards.
Uh,
Yeah.
Also,
Eh.
I like the fourth wall break, and there is a particular joke in the middle of the film where a certain character was having like a crisis, and there is a fourth
Oh,
wall commentary, and it was
yeah.
the best joke I think in the whole movie. The whole crowd erupted.
I
I think you know
agree.
what I'm talking about.
I know what you mean.
It's such a good line. It's such a good fourth wall moment. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Anything else you want to add on this? On Barbie?
I already talked about the production. I think the production is a huge standout performance. Soundtrack was good. Um,
Yeah. Um. I mean, if there's nothing else to add, what's your guys waiting for Barbie?
I give it
Let's
four
see.
and a half.
Arik.
Four and a
Albert
half.
gave it 4.5. I give it 4.5 too. All right. So
Yep,
everyone agrees four and a
four
half.
and a half.
All right. Yeah. I mean, it's close. It's close.
Mhm.
All right. Anything else? Nothing else to add, right? On Barbie, I guess. Yeah, I guess no more. All right.
Yeah, probably not for now.
All right. Right. Just now I went off screen for a bit because I want to show you guys this. There was one of my Barbies back then.
Oh my
Oh,
goodness. Can we enhance this?
maybe large. Yeah.
What
There you go. I
why
had a
is it
Barbie,
such a
man.
big dress?
My grandma made it that time. This like beats if you
Oh,
see it.
yeah,
Like
yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. And guess what? This is a place for tissue. It comes out of her butt.
Has this Barbie been discontinued?
Maybe. I'm pretty sure this Barbie has turned into a weird Barbie.
Weird Barbie.
To
Oh,
be fair, it's a
you
one
could
and
have
only because
destroyed
it's
it.
a custom designed outfit.
It's a-
It's not like
It is a
yeah,
custom design, yeah, and the
Yeah.
custom
hair is kind
designed
of
outfit.
screwed. So yeah. There
Oh,
you go. That was one of my Barbies.
I'm
Yeah,
just
I
curious
played
what they. I just wonder what they call her in the Barbie land.
a tissue case Barbie.
Tissue case Barbie.
Right, yeah. Um, you know,
Yeah.
real quick, favorite Barbie that is not Margot Robbie, and favorite Ken that is not Ryan Gosling.
Oh, I was gonna say, I cannot take Gravik uh, seriously
Yeah,
anymore
I was
after
gonna say
watching
Uh,
like
Barbie.
I don't know what his
what's
name
his
is. I'll just call him Gravik.
Kingsley
Gravik
Benadier?
Ken.
Kingsley Benadier's character. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. I cannot take Gravik seriously after watching Barbie.
Uh, yeah.
But outside of Ryan Gosling, I think definitely is for me it's Simu.
Simile is great. Yeah.
Yeah, Simu is great in that
We
one.
saw his
And
Shang-Chi training come into action.
oh yeah, better action than Shang-Chi.
Uh, I heard from an interview, Simile, you mentioned this, that all the Barbies, they during their spare time, they did a sleepover together. They all spend time. They have a sleepover to just as a cast for the
Yeah,
Barbies.
bros night basically.
No, yeah. So
For the
Oh,
Barbies.
it's a
the
cast.
Barbies, they have a sleepover. For the Kens, according to Simu, Greta Gerwig, like, all right, I want you guys to all work out together. So while the Barbies are having fun, having pillow fights, whatever, the Kens are pumping iron together apparently. So yeah.
That's cool. Wait, that's cool. Imagine they all do that at one time and just the local gym, they just see a bunch of men, like muscular famous actors just walk in.
Walking- yeah.
They're just like, what's going on?
What's going on over there?
going
Uh,
on?
And imagine
It's
if they
just a
have to
bunch of
stay.
Kens.
Imagine if they
Just
have
a
to stay
bunch
in
of Kens.
character.
Oh my god.
They're wearing
The
all
whole
those like very colorful outfits as well.
the whole gym is a mess. Everyone's just gonna be like flexing on each other like this, and then somebody gets like blown away.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh man, yeah, that's
Yeah.
so great.
it's gonna be such a mess.
Yeah. All right.
Uh yeah, I don't know about the other Barbies. Probably Kate McKinnon's character. She's a great
Kate
Barbie.
McKinnon's great.
Yeah.
I like the Barbie president as well. But what I learned from this is that Greta Gerwig is a fan of sex education because Emma Mackey is in it, Chuti Gatwa is in it. Emma Mackey plays the Barbie, Chuti Gatwa plays the Ken, and then oh man, I forget the actor, but
Doesn't
he
help
plays
when you say Barbie and Ken, Albert. Everyone is Barbie and
um
Ken.
Emma Mackey plays the Barbie that at one point uses a um, uses a maid's outfit, and the Barbie
Okay.
was won Nobel Prize in like physics, I believe.
Okay.
And Chuti Gatwa is the I don't know how to describe the Ken in Chuti Gatwa, but
I think I
he's
know
with
which one you mean. Yeah.
and then as well the other sex education actor is the guy I forgot his name, but he plays the guy who found out that Barbie's in the real world.
Oh, the intern or something.
Intern, yes.
Yeah, 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 yeah,
Those are
yeah.
three actors from sex education. So yeah.
All right. Yeah. So yeah, I guess that's enough Barbie for now. Yeah. All right, now let's move on to the explosive one, Oppenheimer.
That was I thought the explosive one was Barbie.
Oh.
I got
the
lost.
one
I
the
almost
one
got
the
lost
one the one
here.
that's about talking about your legacy and about existential crisis, questioning what you are is Barbie, and Oppenheimer is the other one.
Yeah,
Oppenheimer is
yeah,
the
yeah.
very fun one.
All right, let's do our non-spoiler for Oppenheimer. I'm just gonna start first again. I think this movie is great. I love um just I mean, everything about it is great. I like this. I like this. What's the name? The sound. That's the
The sound
score.
production, yeah,
Yeah,
the
the sound
score.
production,
Yeah,
the
sound production.
score. I love the. I mean, I mean, they use realistic explosions, right? So it's like it's cool to see that when
Mhm.
even the like the tiny stuff when they explode, you see it first, and then there's a delay before you can hear the boom, kind of thing. Like I love small details like that. So that yeah, that's great. And then just the whole obviously the performance, Cillian Murphy and everyone else is just so damn good. The performance, and then yeah, just following the whole drama is interesting, especially as I don't really know the history of the whole nuclear weapon, so it's honestly pretty interesting. And also Oppenheimer is just an interesting guy, I guess, right? So yeah, uh, that whole part, I think I loved it. But here's the thing: I'm not the best at watching political movies. Like when they went to the trial part with RDJ character and like yeah in the small room with when they're questioning Oppenheimer, I got so lost on who they're talking about. Yeah.
Mm.
I'm not good at following this kind of movie, so it's like whenever they mention a name, they did this, I'm like, wait, who is this again? Many times that happened, but even then overall I still get the gist of like what is happening. Yeah, pretty much that for now at least. Yeah, so let's go Albert again.
You want me to go me first or Arik first?
I'm gonna just follow the
I can go.
same
I can go.
direction.
Yeah, I really like the movie a lot. I think it's incredibly well done. Like you said, echoing you said, the sound production is incredible. I didn't watch it in IMAX. I wish I did. I watched it in Dolby. It's incredible sound production. The score by Ludwig Göransson is really really good. Um, the performance is great. I think Cillian, I don't know how to say his first name. Cillian Murphy, I think is fantastic. I think Robert Downey Jr. is incredible in this role.
Mm,
He might. People are already saying he early Oscar buzz supporting actor for RDJ, and I can see it. I think it's really good. Emily Blunt. I thought she was wasted in the role, but then throughout the progress of the movie, I'm like, I see why they cast Emily Blunt, and I think she's great in the role. Matt Damon was good. The whole cast was really good. For God's sake, this movie had Josh Peck of Drake and Josh and Devin Bostic of Roderick Rolls, and they are awesome in this movie, and I love it. Yeah, performance is great. The talking about Calvin mentioning just now the delay in the sound of the explosion. Not only was that like the explosion really cool, that sequence where they did the is it called the Trinity test? When they test the atomic bomb.
Yeah, the Trinity Project.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's I had literal chills. The hair on my arms were lifting up during the sequence because of how it was done and the fact of once the explosion happened, we know the sound is coming, but it's
Yeah.
not coming. And I was at the edge of my seat. I'm like, when is the sound gonna hit?
I
And when
got
it
jump
hits,
scared.
it was glorious. I was like, oh my goodness, what a scene. Um,
Yeah.
so
Especially in IMAX, I don't know, not just in IMAX. I mean, just the sound in general. It's so loud and everything. Like our seats were vibrating.
yeah, yeah.
Our seats were vibrating. That adds to the experience.
Yeah. I,
Yeah.
uh, um, and similarly, like you, Calvin, it's not really of the political stuff. It's more of I guess, the time jump because I wasn't really understanding the
Mm,
time jump initially because it
yeah,
takes
that too as
place.
well.
There is a lot of time jumps with the black and white, and like when I see black and white, my first thought is that this
It's in the
is in the
past.
past, but no, this is the
Yeah.
future. So, but there's a lot of time jumps, and I got lost in the narrative between the time jumps. And I kind of want to rewatch it again for that reason because now I know what's going on and maybe I will understand the
Mm,
different time jumps better. But at the same time, it's 3 hours, so like I gotta commit to it, right? Um, but yeah, I didn't feel the length. I think the length really worked. Yeah,
I didn't.
I'll stop for
Yeah.
now. There.
Arik, go ahead.
Right. So if you want to do this film like the most immersive way, yeah, you're gonna have to watch this in IMAX. I'm sorry.
Mhm.
It's just that's just way too captivating. I can feel my lungs actually vibrating from all the sound effects. It's not just the nuke,
Yeah.
by the way. It's there's like other
It,
stuff involved because they played a lot in the sound production. Sometimes they like I don't know, like when they put like certain like parts where they make it like extremely dramatic. They have like a lot of background sound effects playing, and like you can actually like feel it in IMAX. So yeah, that's
yeah.
incredible. I think this is exactly what Nolan intended. This is what Nolan intended. You have to watch how he
Yeah.
intends. um there's a lot of people in the cast, so hard to keep up, not gonna lie. Again, but the ones that stand out to me the most, apart from the main characters, would be Matt Damon as the general. I don't even remember his name. General is who?
General Groves,
Um,
I think that's the name.
is that his name?
Yeah.
General Groves. Yeah. So I thought it was
Yeah.
like a very interesting, quite cool character. What else is there? It's so hard to think about.
It's a 3 hours movie.
A lot of
There's a
things
lot to
happen. Yeah,
remember.
all of which
Yeah.
like I should mention like I did actually get lost in most of the parts apart from the character names, trying to remember everyone.
Yeah, that's true.
Again, the
Mm.
time jump was quite confusing. I did figure out that it took place pretty much long before World War II, during World War II, and of course after some. I think like quite a long time, no, quite some time after World War II as well. So it takes a lot. Basically, there's
Uh,
quite a long time span between in the film,
yeah.
and it wasn't very linear as well. They didn't show it like that. They like jump around here, then back to there, mention something, go back again. And
Yeah.
yeah, it's quite hard, especially like on sometimes movies tell you like where it is and then the year or the date, but they didn't do that. They're just like, here's the
Hmm.
scene.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And w- I didn't. I knew it was gonna be about the A bomb, right? I didn't
Yeah.
realize how much of the movie is actually discussing the aftermath of the creation, and
Yeah.
that intrigues me a lot because I
Yeah.
know nothing about this, and like the whole thing with RDJ's character is in the aftermath and everything, intermixed with some of the stuff during the war too. But yeah, it's like I was so invested in everything afterwards that part. So yeah.
Yeah, I should mention I didn't expect the film to go down the I don't know what the type is called. Like basically it's like about law and stuff or like about
Mm-hmm.
courtrooms. Yeah, what is it?
Mm-hmm.
What's that called? Yeah, so basically like I didn't expect it to be like a courtroom kind of like deal.
Drama kind of deal. Yeah.
Yeah, like a
Courtroom
courtroom
drama.
drama. Yeah, courtroom drama. Yeah, I didn't expect it to go into that account. I'm like, okay, that's interesting. Even though, like, to be honest, my the part that I was mostly intrigued about is, of course, the development of the said atom bomb itself, really. But
Yeah.
you know what?
Right.
But the courtroom thing was like, it was an interesting piece of history that like I didn't know about. And we get to
Mm-hmm.
basically like
Hmm.
have insight to that. So yeah, that was pretty cool. So yeah,
Yeah.
even though the movie was quite confusing, at least I did, at least in the end, the basis of it, I did
We
understand.
understand the basis. Yeah.
Yeah,
The
we
general,
understand
like, with the
the general
conflict
plot. Yeah,
and how it resolved. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, you know what? So that's fine. So long as I didn't completely like leave the theater like, what the hell was that all about? So I'm glad I left the theater, at least knowing the basics of it.
Yeah.
I When the film ends, I was literally in my seat, like, whoa.
Wow.
Especially because of that final scene. That
What was the
final
final scene?
Mm,
scene with Oppenheimer and Einstein. Which, by the way, seeing
right, right.
Einstein in a
Oh, yeah,
movie
yeah,
was
yeah.
really weird because I don't think I've ever seen Einstein in a movie ever. But I was gonna
I want
say,
to say something on this. I
uh-huh.
did not know Einstein was still alive by then. I thought he died
I didn't
already.
either. I didn't either. I don't know my history, man. Um,
Yeah.
but that final scene between him and Einstein, and God, I cannot even say it without spoiling it. But the final scene and the dialogue it just hits like, oh my God, that is real. And I mean, what the movie does best is it captures both the much need from the scientists, from the physicists, that they are like, okay, we gotta get this done before before it falls to the wrong hands. It's an evil, but it's a necessary evil. But then they realize as well, once we introduce this, there is no stopping this. And like both the it's like the horror that is impacted on that, they deliver that so well.
Yeah. I do say when um I think the part after they announced that, oh, when they heard from the news that, oh, the bomb has dropped on Hiroshima, things like that, right? And
Mhm.
then that the scene was just everyone was celebrating, all the scientists and stuff. And in my
Yeah.
head, I'm like, oh right, they don't know how big the casualties and the impact is, right? So they were celebrating like that. I don't know, man. I'm like, I feel some type of
See,
way, like, oh.
I think what's smart is in that scene is that you saw some scientists celebrating, but then a lot of them automatically
Mm,
felt sick. A lot of the
yeah.
military people were celebrating. A lot of like the casuals were celebrating, but like a lot of the physicists, they automatically realize what they've done, and it was like
Hmm.
just the different um, dynamic
Like,
in there.
yeah, yeah.
It
All right.
was clear because like they always like focused on Oppenheimer. You can see him clearly not feeling well, but then the background is all like, "Woohoo, we
Yeah,
did
Yeah, everyone was
yeah,
it!" Yeah,
celebrating. Yeah.
yeah. So
But
I
and
like
then
that. It's
even
quite
even then,
grim.
like when Oppenheimer still has to give the speech is like,
oh my
he's
god,
hiding his emotion well. Yeah.
that part is so good with the whole
Hmm.
sound design where everyone is
Yeah,
stomping their feet. I didn't realize what that sound was in the trailer because that sound was in the trailer, but the sound of stomping their feet, the sound design, the fact that you're just focused on Oppenheimer's face, but the background is shaking and blurring, and that also
Hmm.
happens in the courtroom at one point. That technique is so effective. It's incredible.
Yeah. There's so much to like about Oppenheimer. I
Mhm.
mean, the movie,
Again,
not
my
the
only
movie.
my
Yeah.
only issue was those time jump that I sort of got lost
Mm,
at parts.
I
Um,
agree.
but yeah,
Yeah.
otherwise it's such a good freaking film, man.
Yeah. 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 I really like the what he read from the Sanskrit thing. Was it? I am become death, the destroyer of world. I think that's such a
yeah.
good
I
what's the
mean, that was
name?
just like his most famous quote. I didn't know it came
Yeah,
from a
basically.
Sanskrit. Yeah, I didn't know it came from a
Yeah.
Sanskrit writing. So that was interesting
Mm,
piece of history there.
yeah,
Yeah. I like
and
that
again,
line so much, especially coming from him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and again, like I don't know, I didn't know he had sort of ties with like communism and everything like that, which I found
Mm,
very
yeah.
interesting as well. So yeah,
And
but
also
yeah,
he
again,
got that quantum riz. He's a
huh?
playboy.
He asked the women out by telling them quantum
But,
physics.
yeah. That's how he got Emily Blunt.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And Florence Pugh.
And Florence Pugh actually, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So quantum riz.
Yeah. Uh,
Anything else then for this? All right, ratings, I guess. If there's nothing else to add. Uh,
Currently, I have it at 4.5, but I might bump
okay.
it up to a 5.
Right now I have it at a 5. After I get home, I didn't think about it. I really liked it. Give it a 5. Yeah. Eric?
I think I'd give it like a 4.5 because, like, like I said,
Yeah.
what's holding it back is like this is definitely not my type of film. It's the biography and all that. There's still some
I
things that
meant
I get confused by easily. I'm not saying like the film is terrible. Oh hell no, it's brilliant,
Mhm.
objectively brilliant, and I love seeing the nuclear fire in a real life nuclear fire, not a CGI nuclear fire. So that was cool.
that
But yeah, still.
Trinity testing was so good,
It's
man. I
it's
can't.
it's
It's
incredible.
that is a spectacle. I expected to
The,
die at the theater. I thought the sound was gonna be so
uh,
devastating that I'll just
but
like bleed from my ear,
oh my
but
god!
it
Wait,
but it didn't.
where did you guys seat? Did you guys got a good seat for the IMAX?
It was kind of front.
It's not the best seat. It's
Yeah, it
not the
was kind
best
of
seat.
front.
We did. It's kind of middle up to the front a little bit, so we have to not really look up a little
I
bit.
thought we
Yeah,
saw.
I
Wait,
guess
I
look
thought
up
we
a little
watched
bit.
on. I thought we watched on C rows. I thought C or D rows. It's around
No, no,
that.
no, no.
Oh,
That's for
that's really
Barbie.
front.
No, no, Barbie. We were far back in Barbie.
Oh, oh, no, no,
Oh,
no. I mean, no. Yeah, no, no. The seatings Indonesia, C is the back,
Oh right, wait,
J is
C
the
is the
front.
back right there. No.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have like J basically. Yeah, J.
We are sitting at J, so that's kind of at the front. C is at the back.
Yeah. The
So
C's at the right
yeah.
there, but yeah, it's like A B C.
Um,
Yeah.
I don't know how true this is or if someone put a like some kind of filter effect, but I saw this going around on Twitter of someone who watched Oppenheimer on a 70 millimeter, and he
Mhm.
was sitting on the very front, and
Oh,
he
is it
was like
that
looking
ticket?
like
Yeah.
that, and then so everything looked like it's on a fisheye lens. So like Oppenheimer have like a giant chin. I don't know. I don't know how
Okay.
true. Again, I don't know if he under because it's literally cam footage. Someone recorded, but I don't know if they put a fisheye lens filter on it or not. But it looked hilarious, and I feel bad for anyone who watch on a 70 millimeter and sit all the way up front if that is the fact. So like just everything is like, like huge. So yeah.
Crimson Chinheimer. What?
All right. So yeah, again, last thing I will say, shout out. I think Jack Quaid was fantastic from the guy from the boys. I thought
Oh yeah, he was there.
Benny Safdie, who I didn't realize it was him until the video. I was like, I know this face, but I couldn't put my finger on it. Benny Safdie, the scientist who wanted to develop the H bomb. I thought he was good.
Oh,
Um,
that's who. Yeah.
yeah, one of the Safdie brothers. I thought he was good. And the other one that I want to shout out was, who was it? I want to shout out. Oh, the actor who played Albert Einstein, I thought was really great. And
Mhm.
every every single scene with Einstein in it is so awesome. I don't know what about it.
All right. Uh, pretty much that, I guess, for Oppenheimer. Oh,
So
after I got back home, I also watched a full video of explaining the whole Oppenheimer history again.
I
Just to make it clear.
Just to make it clear. Yeah, to
After
make
I-
sure that I understand the movie completely.
Okay,
after
sure, sure.
after I went home, I opened TikTok and my TikTok became Oppenheimer TikTok. Like all of them is people talking about the history of the atom bomb and about Oppenheimer and everything. I was like, how did this happen? Like everything is all about Oppenheimer, but I love it. Like I was just watching the whole thing.
Yeah.
So
Alright.
I guess Barbenheimer weekend. Who wins?
Oppenheimer. Honestly, I don't
Who
care.
wins?
I like
This is
all of them.
tough.
The fan
I
wins.
really do. Yeah, the fans win because we got two good films. Yeah.
I know, and it's
I
so
did- I
it's
did-
so
I did
different
not
too.
care. Yeah. I did not care. I liked both of them so much.
Who win? We won.
Who won? We did. We did.
Yeah, it's again, it's literally almost apples and oranges once again because one is a biographical drama thriller, one is a silly comedy drama, but it's also still very musical. It's like it's so different. It's so both are really good. I gave 4.5 stars.
Same.
At the end of the day, I think I like Oppenheimer more. But again, it's really close.
Yeah. Also, I should say, I think Oppenheimer is objectively the better film, but I really like
Yeah.
Barbie. But I really like
Yeah.
Barbie though.
I agree with like Fat Love movies here. Oppenheimer is a better movie, but Barbie wins the week, I guess. Weekday for us. We didn't
Yeah,
watch on the
weekday for
weekend.
us. Yeah, we watched it weekday.
Yeah, there was definitely more people dressed up for Barbie compared to dress up for
Mhm.
Oppenheimer.
Yeah.
So,
That's true.
Actually, I should
Yeah.
mention we watched on a Thursday. It was like a weekday. It was the theater was kind of full for a weekday. I saw it on weekend scale. I saw the 2 day schedule. No
Mm.
seats. No seats
No
gone.
seats.
No seats. Everyone's watching this.
Yeah. Alright, so I guess that's that for our Barbenheimer experience. And yeah, we got the Teguh guy.
We got the
back now.
go back.
Wait, I can't wait, what?
How's your mac and cheese, Teguh?
He got mac and cheese all over the camera. Or did
Oh,
you
no.
did you
No,
cook
it's not the
it?
camera I'm having an issue with. It's
Oh, okay.
You have an issue
you-
with the mac and cheese?
He cooked a Trinity bomb in his mac and cheese.
Togo is actually looking like he's so confused right now. What is happening?
What is happening?
Oh, okay, there you go. We're good.
I've irradiated my mac and cheese.
Hey,
Well, man, if you put
you
it in the
make
microwave, you are
spicy?
radiating it.
Hey, you're right. Yeah, yeah, you're right.
Technically.
Alright.
Okay, so before we move on to the next part, I do want to play a quick game with you guys, and this is what I title as iconic Barbenheimer type battles in cinema history. So
Iconic.
obviously,
Okay. Go on.
Barbenheimer, it's it's an event like we talk. Everyone's dressed up. Everyone's I like it's two different movies. I don't think any of the other movies right now that I'm gonna say is on the same type of hype for Barbenheimer for like one or the other. But these are like polar opposite movies that came out the exact same time in theaters, and I want to see if you guys can predict which one did better in box office numbers. Okay,
Okay,
Okay.
so
sure.
like
We'll
right
try.
now, for example,
Wait.
Barbie and Oppenheimer. Barbie right now is tracking for 110 million opening weekend, and Oppenheimer's
Mhm.
ranking for 50 million opening weekend. So
Yep.
tracking
Okay.
Barbie wins.
Oh
Uh,
yeah.
so I'm gonna give you two. I'm gonna give you the date, and I'm gonna give you two films, and I want to see if you can, if you know, which one has the bigger box office throughout this full grossing in the cinema. Like,
Okay, sure.
Okay.
any questions before we start?
No.
Oh,
But
no, I got it.
you
Yeah.
just, I got it. I got
Okay.
it.
Credit to @NotGwenTheLoop on Twitter for compiling the list of these movies. And I grabbed the list of the movies and I figured out the box office numbers. So, all right. So this is the first one, the most recent one, October 24th, 2008. We have High School Musical 3 and Saw 5.
Oh. Oh.
I don't know why that's so funny to me. High School Musical 3 and Saw
Whoa.
5.
Who made more money? High School Musical 3.
I
or
am very sure it's High School Musical 3 that makes more money than Saw
High School.
5.
Wait, I didn't know High School Musical had a theatrical release. I thought
I
it was
didn't
just like
even
for
watch
The
Disney.
third, the
High School
third one
Musical
was the only
3.
one that's theatrical
Oh, it's the
release.
only one. Okay. Okay.
I've never watched High School Musical.
I think High School Musical under the basis that it's like,
I'm going to say High School
Disney.
Musical 3, but I'm not that optimistic because
I
I
think
mean,
it's
I
High
don't
School
know.
Musical 3. I
I
mean
don't know.
Saw.
Horror films rarely make big money. I mean, they make
Yeah.
money,
Yeah,
but they rarely make like huge.
especially Saw.
Yeah.
It's definitely like on the mature side, and it's like not everyone is into gore, right? Not a
Yeah.
lot of people are into that. Yeah, I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure it's High School Musical 3. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay,
Albert,
we've all filtered that.
reveal.
We're
Don't
all
tell me
wrong. I
it's
swear to
Saw
God.
5. God
I
damn.
swear to God, we're all wrong.
You are
Okay.
correct. High School
Okay.
Musical
Okay.
3.
I thought
Okay.
I
Okay.
thought
I was
Sickles
low-key
there.
hoping that it would be Saw, but okay.
Yeah.
High School Musical 3 had a gross of 252.9 million, and Saw 5 have a gross of 113.9 million in the box office. So
Mm,
High School Musical 3 won that one.
yeah,
Okay.
Okay.
yeah. Sounds pretty obvious, I think. Yeah.
enough,
The
fair enough.
next one is, I think, probably the biggest one in terms of like name between the battles here that I have, but still in 2008, uh, June 18, we got Mamma Mia, and we have The Dark Knight.
Narnia and the Dark
No,
Knight.
Mamma Mia.
Mamma Mia.
Oh, Mamma Mia. Oh, Mamma Mia. Okay, Mamma Mia.
I don't know what Mamma Mia is.
You don't know the
Ma-
musical, based on
Mamma
the ABBA
Mia.
song, based dancing
Yeah.
Here
for
I
you.
go
Musical.
again.
Again.
I know the song. I
Uh,
didn't know they had a musical for it.
It's based on
What?
a stage show. I think become a movie.
Yeah.
So
There's
yeah.
a lot
Or
of.
is it the other way? Is it the other way
Oh,
around? I forget.
wait, there's a lot of stuff now. It was really tough.
Mamma Mia.
Well, I'm gonna say Dark Knight.
Dark Knight, I think.
It has to
Mamma
be Dark
Mia.
Knight, right? Surely, when
Has to
I-
be.
has to be Dark Knight.
So
I think I'll
should-
go with. I'll just go with Dark
Right?
Knight. Yeah, because like
I'll go
people
with Dark
regard
Knight.
that. Yeah, people like say it's a very great. It's one of the best Batman films and all
One-
that.
And Batman is just more well known.
Yeah,
Then-
and Batman is like a well-known
Yeah.
character. Right? Yeah, that's to be.
uh,
Has to be
Alright.
Dark Knight.
the answer is Dark Knight. You are correct. Ding ding. Dark
Yeah.
Knight grossed
Yay.
one over 1 billion. Mamma
Right.
Mia
Mhm.
did
Oh.
611 million in the box
Still a
office.
lot
Alright.
though.
Still a lot,
Still
yeah.
a lot, yeah.
Still a lot for Mamma Mia. Yeah.
Okay.
alright.
Let's see.
Mine's a
I
classic
got-
for sure.
Yeah.
Yep. I have a bunch here, but I might just pick and choose.
Alright.
Okay, this one is fun. Let's go back to
Mhm.
1999, March
Okay.
31st, 1999.
Yeah.
We have
Ooh, a week after I was born.
It is.
Okay. Okay.
we have 10 Things I Hate About You, the classic romantic comedy starring Heath Ledger and Julia Stiles. And then we have The Matrix.
The Matrix.
Oh.
Wait, I don't know how big
Uh,
the Matrix was back then.
that's the thing. Yeah. I don't
I
think
think
is Keanu
a lo-
Reeves already a big name back then? I don't think so, right?
I know a lot of people know the Matrix now, but like I don't know if at the time this film was like already massive hype. You know.
Yeah.
I mean,
Is
I
it?
haven't
I
watched
don't
anything
know.
about you, so I'm
Oh,
just
I
gonna
know,
go
I
with the
know.
Matrix.
The 10 Things I Hate About You
You
have
know what?
Joseph Gordon-Levitt, have
Just
Heath Ledger.
I'm gonna go with 10
I don't know.
things
I
I
haven't
hate
seen
about
it
you.
though. I'm still gonna go with Matrix just because I haven't seen 10 Things I Hate About You.
I haven't seen 10 things I hate about you, but
Yeah.
I'm looking
Same.
at the
Yeah.
cast. I'm looking at the cast. They have Heath Ledger, Julia Stiles, Still. I don't know how to say Stiles. Maybe yeah.
Styles.
Joseph Gordon-Levitt. He's there as well. I don't know. They got some big names on for that movie. I'm gonna go with 10 things
Okay,
I
10
hate
Things for
about you.
Calvin.
Yeah. 10
The go
things.
with The Matrix. You go with 10
I'll say
Things.
10 things. Yeah.
The correct answer is
It's
The
okay.
Matrix.
Oh,
Wow.
Um,
okay.
the
Ah, alright.
10 Things I Hate About You made 60 million in the box office. The
Okay.
Matrix made
Oh
467
my god.
million.
Damn.
Not even
So,
close.
Not even close. Alright.
yeah.
Holy crap.
People were really
I
lining
thought
up for it.
The
I
cast,
thought
yeah.
the cast would have,
Was Heath
won
Ledger
people
already
over.
big back then?
I think this might be one of the things that made him big.
Oh, that
Oh.
made him
Yeah.
big. Well, likewise, it made Keanu big after the Matrix as well.
Yeah.
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 All right, let's do a couple more here. Back in 19, this might be one of the closest ones. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
1998, June 15, 1998. None of us are born yet. We got There's
Mm-hmm.
Something About Mary, romantic comedy. We have Ben Stiller, I believe. Ben Stiller and Cameron Diaz at their prime. And then we have The Mask of Zorro, the classic action franchise of Zorro.
Oh,
I
do
am
I
once
want?
again going to go with the one I know, and I'm just gonna go with Zorro.
Okay.
Um,
The Mask of Zorro have
Cameron.
Anthony Hopkins, have Antonio Banderas, have Catherine
I
Zeta-Jones.
forgot what his name was, like something Banderas.
Yeah.
He was in
Question:
there.
Puss in Boots himself.
Yeah.
Is something about Mary comes out after or before Charlie's Angels with Cameron Diaz?
I believe it before.
This is
Oh.
before Charlie's Angels. Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. uh, I don't know, man. Cameron Diaz is big back then. I feel like that's a big enough draw for people.
Okay, so you
Mm,
going with
I'm going with
oh,
Zorro then. With that
oh, you
logic.
know what?
Zorro?
Let me go with Diaz right there. Let me go with
Something About
Cameron,
Mary,
my girl,
Zorro. Think of going with Zorro as well.
Zorro as well.
Calvin,
Yeah, I
you would
am.
be right.
Oh wow.
There's Something About Mary won the
Cameron,
box office
baby.
battle. Mass of Zorro made 250 million in the box office.
Okay.
Something About Mary made 369 million in the box office.
Ooh, all right. Yeah.
Uh,
Okay.
Kelvin's faith
Cameron
in
was.
Diaz was not betrayed.
I know, right? I
um,
trust Camerons.
Cameron's.
Cameron's.
okay, I'll do one last one. I think that's like the
Alright,
closest
sure.
one because the others
Mhm.
are pretty much blowouts in terms of the numbers, and I'll just run through them really quick. But January 18, 2008, we have 27 Dresses. Once again, a rom com.
Okay.
Believe this is is it Kate Hudson?
Kate
Catherine Heigl. Catherine
Heigl.
Heigl.
Catherine
Catherine
Heigl, yeah.
Heigl, James Marsden, Judy Greer, 27 Dresses, versus Cloverfield, the horror movie found footage set in New York.
Oh,
And I can tell you right now, the difference is $10 million difference. This is the closest one.
10 million. God damn, that's tough. Uh, Cloverfield was pretty huge, I think, when it came out. I think it surprised a lot of people, and I think people then watched it. Mm, I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm looking at the cast for 27 Dresses. I don't think
Mhm.
any of them is such a big draw like Cameron Diaz. I think
Okay. But
so.
Cloverfield is a horror movie. You just said that horror movie don't make money.
That's true. I'm not too familiar with the actors in 27 Dresses and Cloverfield as well, actually. I
So
I don't know, man.
make your pick. Make
I,
your pick.
I. Any, mini, miny, mo.
Ariq, Teguh, you have a pick?
I don't know. Actually, I know Cloverfield is. I think more people have remembered it now than
Here's the thing:
27
is
Dresses.
Cloverfield big in 2008, or does it
Yeah,
become a classic after?
yeah. I think it became a classic after. Is what I'm thinking.
That's what I'm not remembering.
I,
Hmm.
I think it became a classic after. At least a lot of people do remember Cloverfield now.
I
Than I
like
guess 27
my favorite
Dresses.
number is 27, so I'm gonna go with 27 Dresses.
I'm gonna go with 27 just because.
27.
Alright.
I've never
And
even seen like a. I've never even seen like a. Hang on, a poster of this.
it's a pretty.
It's
I've
about
never
it's a
seen the
dress,
movie,
I
but it's a
think.
pretty iconic dress. It's an iconic poster.
Uh, I'll
Alright.
go with the big monster guy.
Okay, so
Clover.
Alright.
Cloverfield for Ariq, 27 dresses for Teguh and Kelvin.
Mm-hmm. And the answer is
Ariq, you would be right. It is
Okay.
oh, it's
Cloverfield.
Cloverfield. Alright,
A
alright,
Mm,
alright,
hundred and
alright.
62 million and 172 million. Ten
Oh, that's
dollars,
so
ten
close,
million
man.
dollars difference.
But let me just
Yeah.
check
So
something. Oh, the ratings
uh
of
Alright.
Cloverfield is much bigger.
yeah.
Oh, really?
Uh,
Um
yeah,
so
41% on Rotten Tomatoes for 27 Dresses and 78% for
Oh,
Cloverfield.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
but yeah, those are just a couple of them. There are some other big ones in history that I'm gonna say. Star Trek Nemesis came out the same time as the movie The Hot Chick, which is a body swap movie starring Anna Faris and Rob
Oh, this is
Schneider.
hot chick. This is not white chicks. Never
Not
mind.
White Chicks, no, no,
It's
no.
not
Okay.
white chicks, it's hot chicks.
Um,
Oh, hot chicks.
the Lizzie McGuire movie, based on the hit Disney Channel TV show Lizzie McGuire,
Yeah,
came
I
out
know that.
in May 2nd of 2003, at the same time of X2 X-Men United. So
No, no, no way. No, no way.
X-Men
No way.
X-Men X-Men destroyed that in the box office.
Yeah,
The
clearly.
open Lizzie
Yeah.
McGuire. Freaky Friday in the very same year, with Lindsay Lohan, came out
Yeah.
the same time as a movie starring Samuel L. Jackson and Colin Farrell called SWAT, which I've never heard of.
I think I've
But
watched it on TV a bit.
I think
but
I watched
but
it on TV, yeah.
but
Yeah,
SWAT made more money than Freaky Friday, which surprised me because Lindsay Lohan and Jamie Lee
that is
Curtis was
surprising
huge.
actually. I think SWAT was like a basic, action movie.
Uh-huh. Um, Cinderella Story and I, Robot came out the same time in 2004. The
I
Perfect
robot.
Man and Batman Begins came out the same time in 2005.
Mm.
V for Vendetta came out the same time as She's the Man, which is a very fun romantic comedy.
I've
Uh,
never heard of that.
Channing Tatum, Amanda
Really good.
Bynes, really good. Came out the same time as V Vendetta. V Vendetta wins, and then Sex and the City came out the same time as The Strangers, the horror movie. And Sex and the City destroyed the box office for that. So yeah. So those are some
Okay,
iconic
yeah.
Barbenheimer type battles in cinema history.
Barbenheimer battles.
Yeah.
All right, fair.
Hope you enjoy the game.
That was really fun. That was really interesting to see. Yeah.
We'll have to tune back in like 10 years time when there's enough accumulation of such a thing.
The only thing I remember that's something like Barbenheimer, but not it's not really in the cinema, but like when what's that game called? Doom Eternal
Doom
and Animal
Eternal and
Crossing.
Animal Crossing, yeah, they came out at the same
Yeah.
time. So yeah, one game is like extremely complicated and violent. The other was Doom Eternal.
Yeah. Uh, I
Animal Crossing
also
was brutal, man.
I also what's it called? Uh, I also heard that Saw 9 or an upcoming Saw movie is coming out at the same time as Paw Patrol movie,
Oh wow.
and people are doubting it as the Saw Patrol. So
Saw
Saw
Patrol.
Patrol!
Saw Patrol.
No! Saw Patrol!
it's coming out like next year or later this year or something. I don't know. So yeah,
Saw Patrol.
should we do a Saw Patrol event?
Oh yeah,
Saw
we need
Patrol.
we need Saw Patrol.
How do you wait? If you like, how we all dressed up for Barbenheimer? How do you dress up as Saw Patrol? You just
How
wear
do
a
you dress
furry
up?
suit with a like.
And you're on a tricycle?
Yeah.
That's too expensive, man. That's too expensive.
It is. Oh
Yeah.
god, that's so
Oh
weird.
man.
Alright. I guess. Uh, you know what? We're almost reaching 2 hours in. Let's just end it right there. I think,
Yeah.
we end it. Let's end it on Barbenheimer.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. Let's I guess plug it up before we go. Arik, go ahead.
You can find me on Instagram, Ariq Andria. Find me on Letterboxd at Ricky Do. Oh, I need to update it right now.
Teguh.
You can find me on Instagram at TeguM23 and you can find me on Twitter at Tegidu.
I still hate you, Teguh, for changing your name on Instagram.
Why are
To be
you the
honest,
one who? Why are you the one who hate him for it? It's his username.
Because I'm the one that had to tag him every time, and my fingers always goes to TG, not TE.
Wait. On Instagram, if you tag him enough times, it should appear on the top of your list.
yeah, no, but he
That
types
yeah.
like TG quite quickly, right? TG, like tuk, 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 tuk,
No, that
yeah.
that happens when in the story, but like if in a post, I have to type it.
Oh, if
At
you
least
look it
in
up.
Android.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
like the goo.
yeah. I don't know how it is in iPhone, but I had to type it in Android, and I had to type.
I have to remind Kelvin by saying tagum, 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 um.
I still hate the Goo for that.
Resentment.
Yeah. Alright, and yeah, you guys can find me, Kelvin, on Instagram at KYAce27 and Disco Monkey on Letterboxd and YouTube. Albert.
You can find me on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Letterboxd, and also Threads, even though I don't use Threads, at JA Wiradharma. My username's the same everywhere. Wiradharma spelled Wiradharma. And you can also find a Councilman on all of our socials at Councilman Show, Twitter, Instagram, Threads, Letterboxd. Please subscribe if you have not to the YouTube channel to watch us live, and so you don't miss out when we go live every Saturday, 10:30 a.m. Eastern. As well as if you want to check us out just on audio on the audio feed, it's available. You type down the Councilman on every podcast platform out there, and yeah, just subscribe to that. Leave us a review, help us out, and then there you go. Easy stuff.
Easy stuff. And right, yeah, we got merch, I guess, but you don't have to care about that.
I am gonna try to mock up some more designs for our merch, so that's
I
hopefully in a
I
couple of
made
days.
I made the Barbenheimer thing. That's a possible merch, but if you want our
Oh,
faces in
that's
it,
true. If you want, why would you want our
Barbenheimer
faces?
with
of course you would
Barbenheimer.
want our.
Imagine,
Of course you would want
imagine
your
you,
faces in it.
you go to a theater, everyone wear official Bourbon, well, not official, I guess, like fan mates Barbenheimer
And
merch, and then
well,
there
it's
is
all
one
fan
that's
made then.
all
It
of us.
doesn't matter.
No, but all of them is like either just Barbenheimer font or just like picture of Margot Robbie with like
Like
Cillian
who's
Murphy,
this guy?
and then there is four of us in this shirt.
No, it's okay. Don't ask. Who's this guy? Have you guys ever watched the Councilman? We got free publicity. I like how it just went there.
Yeah, alright, I guess that's it for today. So, with that, the councilman has spoken. And we'll see you in the next episode. Yeah. Barben.